Is Paraguay safe for tourists? Do you need cash? Or how to cross the border from Foz do Iguaçu to Ciudad del Este? If you ask these questions, then this video is for you. Watch it while I'm gonna share some tips with you.
You could put some joy upon my face. Oh, sunshine in an empty place. Take me to turn two, and babe, I'll make you stay.
The crime rate in Ciudad del Este is moderate, with a score of 52.78, but if you know what your goal is of crossing the borders, just travel wise, exercise your common sense, and you'll be totally fine. Ciudad del Este is popular because of its commercial connection with Brazil and because of its tax-free status. It attracts many Brazilians and Argentinians, and also many tourists to the city. Initially, my goal was to cross the border to buy some magnets and to mark it as visited on my travel list. But at the reception in the hotel I was staying in Foz do Iguaçu, one lady from a tour agency advised that they can provide a car that will make a tour around Ciudad del Este. I went for it and booked this tour that costed 100 euros, and if you are traveling in four, for example, you can split the price, so it will be only 25 euros each, but it's totally worth it, and here's why. Crossing the borders with a tour guide was super easy, and it took only 5 minutes to reach Ciudad del Este, and you don't even have to stop at the customs to stamp your passport. Also, we already had the itinerary planned ahead, and the first stop was Lago de la República, a very pleasant lake and park to stroll around in the center of the city. The next stop was Monday Falls or Saltos Monday, and to enter the park you must pay a fee of 87,000 guaranis, which is equivalent to 10 euros. As you walk along the short, wooded path that links the visitor center with the waterfall lookout, you'll be greeted by the fall's rumbling sounds. Once you reach the viewing platform, you have the option to get an elevator that will bring you to the base of the falls, and then you get to see this. The waterfall is more than 40 meters high and consists of 3 main falls with other minors who rushed up near the mouth of the River Monday, one of the major tributaries of the right bank of the Paraná River. Completely soaked but refreshed, I went to the restaurant that is on the park's territory to try a Paraguayan beer and to get some water. And after that, we headed to the next spot that was San Blas Cathedral. This cathedral was designed by a Bolivian architect Javier Quezada in 1963 and was completed in 1964. It's interesting that the church was made from river stones, it's shaped like a sheep, with beautiful stained glass windows, and it's very beautiful and authentic. This type of cathedrals I saw just in Latin American soap operas when I was a kid, and now I see it with my own eyes. It's unbelievable. Now it's time to move to our last stop, that is Shopping Paris, a new sensation for locals and foreigners alike. It is located only 300 meters from the custom house and is tax-free for non-Paraguayans, making it a magnet for nearby Brazilians and Argentinian shoppers. On top of that, the prices are very low. There are many shop types in the mall, but also some must-go-to attractions. Shopping China, for example, that is on the 3rd floor, 3D Museum on the 2nd floor, and the Snow Park on the 4th floor. But as I was interested only in buying some souvenirs, I got some magnets and I bought some wine from Paraguay. And right after, I teleported myself through the platform 9 3/4 straight away to the customs. To conclude my 6 hours trip to Ciudad del Este and to answer the questions, I can say that Paraguay is totally safe if you travel with a tour guide. And you don't have to worry about cash as they accept cards and Apple Pay everywhere. After the driver dropped me back at the hotel, I went to the rooftop to enjoy the pool as much as I could because in the morning I got the flight back to São Paulo, and from there I headed straight away to São José dos Campos to my friend's birthday. Next morning, I said goodbye to everyone, said bye to the hotel with this amazing view, to this beautiful fish that was greeting me like guardians every time I was coming back to the hotel, said bye to São José dos Campos and headed to the airport in São Paulo. Even if it's just a 1.5 hour ride. In the bus, by the way, they are giving these snacks, so nice. And because I arrived 6 hours before my flight to Europe, I paid 50 euros and went to the lounge. Here I could eat and drink endlessly, refresh myself by taking a shower, and change to comfortable clothes. I mean, too comfortable I'd say, but it's a 14 hours flight, so for me the comfort is more important than how I look. Bye Brazil and South America, and hello Europe. Finally, I touched down in Paris and got my connecting flights to Dublin. If you liked my South American adventure, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. See you on the next one.